What is going on, people, and welcome back to another video on the channel. It's your boy Spainey, and as always, I hope you're all doing well. Guys, 12 weeks. 12 weeks have passed since I first started posting on this channel, updating you guys on my weekly progress in terms of my marathon training. 12 weeks, that's basically 3 months. Where has the time gone? Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like when you're tracking time like this and you're going week 1, 2, 3, really, I feel like time goes quicker. Like, these 3 months have flown by. I can't believe it. Anyway, we are 12 weeks deep, guys. And yeah, I mean, here I am with another recap. I'm enjoying these, man. I'm enjoying these. Yeah, if anything, it's obviously keeping myself accountable. But also, yeah, the aim is to inspire those looking to get into running as well. So yeah, I can't lie to you though, guys. This week has been a blur. This week has been an absolute blur. I've worked so much this week that this week has been a blur. Don't know if I mentioned, but this week has been, it's bad. I actually had to sit down for like 5 minutes before I press record, or to turn the camera on and press record on the camera, to just try and recap and think through the week. Like, Monday, what did I do? Tuesday, what did I do? Wednesday, what did I do? And that's why not having an Apple Watch is not helping, because obviously I could have just gone back through my activity on my Apple Watch and just seen everything. But yeah, I had to really sit down and think like, bro, what did I do this week? And it's annoying because I did a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? I did a lot. But hey, let's get straight into it anyway. So full context, as always, I'm recording this on Sunday, the 30th of November. So the last day of the week, the last day of the month. It's crazy. I love it when a month starts on the first, Monday the 1st, by the way. I don't know why, but that's sick. Anyway, so yeah, let me get straight into this week. So Monday was basically just a gym session, push as always, nothing much to report there. Tuesday, to be fair, I've just realized something. I've actually done like a recap of Tuesday separately. Like, I recapped it in the car pretty much immediately because I knew, it's funny because in that clip I say, I know I'm going to forget. So anyway, let me run the tape and then I'll come back. Tuesday, 25th of November, just wrapped up in the gym. Thought I'll just quickly debrief today's training because I know by the time I get to recording the weekly review, I would forgot how things went, generally speaking, should I say. But today's actually been a very busy one already. So it's 12:15 and I went gym early this morning. I say early, I got into the gym about 7 a.m, did a pool session, complete makeshift session, to be honest with you. I went in there without much of a game plan, not really knowing exactly what I was going to do when I got in there, and just kind of just did whatever I felt like doing at the time. So I went home, had a banging breakfast. Well, it was just eggs on toast, scrambled eggs on toast with Greek yogurt and some honey and a protein shake, obviously post-workout. And then I was back out the door within half an hour of eating because I was coming to meet Cecil to play tennis. So played tennis for an hour. He ended up beating me 5-3, sorry. Tennis is one thing, it's very, very enjoyable. But you see me, I hate being rubbish at something. And don't get me wrong, like, me and Cecil get decent rallies in, but he always beats me. And when I play Denzel, he beat me. And H has been wanting the smoke. And it's like, it's like, I need to get to a point where I know I can, like, I don't want to just be rallying people and giving them good rallies. I want to actually beat people. Do you get what I'm saying? So I need to get good at tennis. I might even start taking tennis lessons. I can't lie. That's how serious I take stuff when I get into it. I might start taking tennis lessons. Anyway, so then that was tennis. Good fun, as always. We'll look to line it up next week again. And then went and did some swimming. Because as I said last week, I'm starting to incorporate swimming and cycling into my training. And so yesterday I went to the gym, did a push session. Today, obviously, well, I wasn't really supposed to do pool, but I just thought because I've got the time, I will do so. As much as just be swimming, really. And yeah, so swimming was interesting. I put on screen around here what I did. As I said, ChatGPT prescribed, and it was literally 2 lengths for warm up, or 2 lengths for a warm up at a slow pace, 6 by 1 length with 40 seconds rest in between, and then 4 by 2 lengths with, well, up to 60-second rests in between. So I'm not gonna lie, after the 2 warm-up lengths, because I was very conscious of obviously what I said last week around pacing when it comes to swimming, like, I felt all right, not as gassed as I usually feel by the end of 1 length. So I felt okay.
got into the 6x1 lengths, and I managed to get them all done fine. That was cool. But then when it came to the 4x2 lengths, I did the first one, and then each of the remaining 3, kind of like I ended up kind of taking a bit of a break halfway through the second length, walking for like 4 steps and then swimming the rest of the length. As I said, my fitness is awful when it comes to swimming, so that was an interesting one. But another thing as well, so with the whole blowing bubbles underwater when your head's under the water, I did that, and I think that works when you're not tired, because when I was tired, yeah, I felt like it felt mad when I was getting tired, so I had to start holding my breath. And then what I also started doing was, because usually what I did in the past, and I think how I learned to swim, is to come up for air every 3 strokes. But I can't lie, because of how slowly I was trying to swim, I ended up holding my breath for ages. So I was like, okay, so let me do every 2 now, which felt a lot better. So that was calm. But then another thing as well, I was watching a video of a guy who was training for an Ironman, and he was talking about sweatsuits versus non-sweatsuits, and how when you wear a sweatsuit, they help and aid with the buoyancy, which I can definitely see. Well, not that I can see, because I've never worn a wetsuit, but in terms of like, as I was swimming, again, as I get tired, I can just feel my legs just like falling. So that's something that I need to kind of be conscious. Well, that's something I'm conscious of. I need to kind of try and work on, to try and help with the buoyancy and keeping my legs up, if you like. But yeah, that was the day. Decent day. As I say, it's only about 12:30, so I've still got the rest of my day, which is good. And I've already done so much in terms of activity and exercise. Then yeah, just take it from there and then see what tomorrow is. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm probably going to do legs, and that's pretty much it, to be fair, actually. So yeah, don't know if I'm looking forward to that, but I'll let you know how I get on with that.
By the way, I didn't do legs. That guy that you just saw, fluent in Japanese. I don't know what he was on. Okay, Wednesday, guys. First of all, to preface some of the rest of this video, I got out and did 2 runs this week. As some of you will know, I've been battling a little niggle recently, which has stopped me from running much. And so these 2 runs are the first 2 runs I've done in 3 weeks, basically. And yeah, I mean, I'll let Wednesday Spainey tell you about Wednesday.
All right, I very much need help. What was supposed to be an easy 3K turned into a 4K as I was leaving the house, turned into me trying to beat my 5K PB as I actually started the run. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but anyway, just finished up a 5K, and my foot feels good, to be honest with you. Let me get inside, shower up, and tell you a little bit more about this run. Thursday morning, guys, I know I didn't update you after my shower yesterday like I said I would on my 5K, but to be fair to you guys, that does not matter in the slightest, does it? It doesn't matter when I actually record this stuff. It just matters that you see in chronological order and that it makes sense, right? So anyway, let me talk about this 5K like I said, because I know last week's video I was saying, I think it was last week's anyway, I was saying that obviously, you know, not gonna do anything too crazy.
I might go out for a couple of runs, man. Just like small ones, you get me? Nothing mad, nothing crazy. Nothing mad, nothing crazy.
No, yeah, I wasn't gonna do anything too crazy, just nice, easy runs. So how did we get here? How did I end up going for a 5K PB, or recent PB anyway? So, I mean, when I started the run, it was still supposed to even just be a 4K, because I upped it from 3 to 4K. But then, as some of you will know, where I start my runs is downhill, right, for the first like 100 to 150 meters, okay? So I was going downhill, and obviously come out the gates a bit hot, or hotter than I would usually like. So typically my first K is typically my fastest, right? To be fair, I think that's the same for everyone, but like obviously in this case it's more so because I'm going downhill for the first bit, and then I'm trying to catch my pace then, if you like, right? So anyway, so as I've started the run, I'm going obviously level out after 150 meters, and then the first kilometer comes up, and it's like first kilometer done in 5 minutes and 14 seconds or something like that. I'll put the splits on the screen, but yeah, it's like first kilometer done in 5 minutes and 14 seconds or something like that. So I'm like, okay, So I felt decent. I mean, fitness-wise, I felt good. I felt like I could maintain that for whatever duration I was going to do, because obviously at that point it was still supposed to be 4 kilometers. So I'm like, yeah, I could do this for 4 kilometers. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, cool. Let me just maintain this pace-ish for about 4 kilometers, right? But then as I get to like 2 kilometers and it tells me 10 minutes something, and I get to like 2.5 kilometers, I'm like, you know what? Man could go for a PB here, you know. Man could go for a PB. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just do it. So yeah, I end up just maintaining it. Well, like going not as quick as possible. I probably could have gone quicker, but definitely maintaining that pace of around kind of 5 to 5:10ish, if you like, right? And so brought the 5k home in 25 minutes and I want to say 38 seconds. Again, obviously it'll be on screen at some point. Maintained a pace of 5 minutes and 7 seconds. So I'm actually happy with that. Really happy with that. Obviously, when you consider the fact that I've not run in 2.5 weeks, I think that's partly why I did it as well, because I was obviously, if you're out for a couple of weeks, you're always conscious about kind of where your fitness is at and kind of what you're able to do. And so yeah, I wanted to test that out, and yeah, I was able to get a recent PB in the 5k. So happy with that. I mean, foot wise, obviously it's the next day. Foot wise, my foot feels okay, don't get me wrong. Obviously there is it's still got that little niggle, but I mean, like I've said, I mean, if you can run with little niggles, you get what I mean. Obviously it just depends. And funnily enough, I was watching a video yesterday, a guy called I want to say his name's Andrew Russell, I can't actually remember his name, but a guy that I follow on YouTube who is a hybrid. He trains hybrid. He's a doctor as well and whatnot. And anyway, he funnily enough dropped a video yesterday, I think it was, talking about like injury prevention and stuff like that. But he made a comment. He was like, oh, if the pain is at like a 2 or a 3, then you can probably obviously train on it. But obviously if the pain's worse than that, then you don't really want to be training on that. And especially obviously if the pain flares up quite a bit after training, then you obviously want to be taking it easy. Do you get what I mean? And for me at the moment, it seems to be okay. And it seems to be like I can, obviously he's not a physiotherapist, but that's just his general advice. So it seems to be okay for me. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, thought that felt good. Today's Thursday, as I say, so I haven't done my session yet today. We'll go and do a push session in the gym later, as well as get on the bike as well, because obviously biking and swimming is what I'm supposed to be doing in absence of running. Not sure how much I will be running. Obviously, if I do though, I'm not going to be going for PBs every time. I will be taking it easy and doing easy runs, if you like, kind of short, easy runs. But yeah, it's good to know that I can still get out and still feel relatively okay, even after a push for 5k, if you like. So yeah, feeling good.
So annoyingly, I didn't actually manage to get out and go to the gym on Thursday morning. About 5 minutes after that clip was recorded, I got called into work, so I had to go work that day. And so yeah, couldn't go to the gym, unfortunately. I think when I got home as well, I think I literally just crashed and went straight to sleep. So yeah, Thursday, that was unfortunate. Friday was cool. Friday, I was off, I had the day to myself, and literally I recorded a kind of full day of training and eating for YouTube. So again, I don't know when that's probably going to come out, after this one, potentially, maybe before, I don't know. But yeah, was a very good day. I managed to get out in the evening. I got 3 sessions done: gym, cycle and swim. Starting with the gym, I did my second push session, which yeah, was fine. I think, well, I'll let Friday Darren have his 2 pence right now. I'm definitely getting weaker, man, but I need to keep reminding myself why and how I'm training and why I'm training the way I'm training, because boy, mentally it's tough seeing myself kind of regress strength-wise. But we move, man, we move. One thing I have been trying to do though, as obviously I noticed myself getting weaker, is making sure my form is good. So I'm actually reducing the weight, making sure my form is good, and also just increasing the time under tension. So slowing down each rep. And I've been finding that actually helps. That was the gym session. I then did a cycle, which was interesting. I don't think I spoke much about the cycle in that video, in the day, kind of full day of training video, should I say, from Friday. So I'll quickly touch on it now. So it was meant to be a 10-minute warm-up, 5 sets of 5-minute steadies. So I think it wanted me to maintain a heart rate of about 140 to 150, which is the equivalent of like zone 2 running, if you like. Or it also said kind of relative perceived effort of 6 out of 10, if you like. So that's what I tried to do. But it's interesting because obviously it's the first time I'm using a bike. I mean, I'll put a clip of me finishing my last set because I ended up only doing 4 just because of how much it was like. Well, you'll see now. So as you can see, I was absolutely gassed. I was panting for breath, like I was finished. And when I watched back on the clip, I'm like, "Raw, was that really a 6 out of 10 effort?" Do you get what I'm saying? So it would have been interesting to see my heart rate because I don't feel like my heart rate was that high. But obviously I don't know. So I really do need to. I've been talking about the fact that I'm not able to check my heart rate on these things for a minute now. So I really need to think about getting something to be able to check my heart rate with. Although again, I know I have this watch, but I haven't properly tested it out yet. So still questionable as to how much I can trust it. So yeah, the cycling was an interesting one because yeah, it's the first time in a long time that I've kind of done endurance style cycling, if you like. I think I was on a bike for a total of about 14 minutes. So yeah, so 10 minutes on, it was 4 sets of 5 that I did, and a 5-minute cool down, which was pretty cool. That also reminds me when I've actually come to realize, one of my previous videos, I think in the week 9 recap, I mentioned about like warm ups and how people do like a 2K run warm up, for example, and stuff like that. I realized that's when they're doing speed work or like tempo stuff, as opposed to just going for like a 12K run. They don't do 12K, they don't do 2K warm up, stretch, and then go for a 12K run from there. They will do a 2K warm up into their run, and then they'll do like a certain distance at, let's say, marathon pace or target marathon pace, for example, and stuff like that. So that was interesting to learn. But yeah, so that was the first time I've done something like endurance wise on the bike. It's usually just the kind of high intensity stuff that you would have seen in some of my previous videos. So yeah, interesting one. The cycling aspect of things could be interesting because yeah, I think as of right now, while I think swimming has my worst fitness, I feel like cycling might be the hardest. I'm not sure. Because I'm even thinking like, if you're on an actual bike and you get to a gradient and stuff like that, that could just be long. Do you get what I'm saying? And I watch videos of other guys training and they're on the bikes and they're maintaining, I think, wattage of around 200, no, about 300. Bro, I was at like 200. Do you get what I mean? And as you saw how I was at the end of the last 5 minutes. But no, all very good. And then the swim was all right. This time around I did 2 lengths warm up, 6x1 length, and I think 2 length cool down. So similar to Tuesday swim, but this time I didn't do the 4x2 lengths in the middle as part of that one as well. Because again, this is more like the easy segment, if you like. But yeah, I felt decent, to be fair. Obviously, as I just said, I didn't do the 4x2s, so which was obviously harder for me. But doing the kind of 2 length warm up and then a 6x1s, like I felt good. And it might sound weird to say, but I feel like Tuesday swim session helped. Do you get what I mean? But one thing that I noticed watching back on the footage, because one thing I realized about myself when it comes to swimming, like I realized I can't swim straight. I just don't seem to be able to swim straight. To be fair, what I do need to invest in is some goggles. So that at least that way I can see relatively where I'm going. And then what's interesting is watching back on this footage, I can see why. Because sometimes when I'm bringing my arm over, I cross over. And then clearly, obviously, that's me like steering effectively. Do you get what I mean? So that was interesting to pick up on, and something obviously now that I'm conscious of, or none that I'm aware of, I'll be conscious of when I next go swimming. But yeah, other than that, I think, yeah, Friday was just an all-round decent day. So as I say, recorded a full day of training and eating for that one. Had a great fun recording that. It was a decent day. So watch out for that video. As I say, it could be out before this, could be out after. I think it's likely to be out after. But yeah, that would be a good one. So watch out for that one. So that's Friday. Then Saturday, guys. Yesterday, I don't know what I was on.
We'll be taking it easy and doing easy runs, if you like, kind of short, easy runs.
I will let Saturday's Darren very quickly bring you up to speed.
I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. Well, I know what the hell is wrong with me. It's because I haven't run much in the last 3 weeks. Set out to do a 5K easy or so, and I end up doing this. Send help, guys.
Nothing mad, nothing crazy. Guys, like, I'm calling that the Matthew Walcott, right? Now, Matthew Walcott is a good friend of mine, one of my boys, and he used to just run. Well, he runs. He used to be a high-level athlete. And he still kind of does running now, if you like. But he used to do this. He used to post on his like WhatsApp stories and like social media, just like every day, constantly, like 30K runs, 10K runs, 20K runs, 15K runs. And I used to banter with him and be like, bro, like, what are you running from? Like, what is going on here, etc., etc. Do you get what I mean? Like, do you need to talk? Like, are you good? I used to banter him, right? And now yesterday, yesterday, I've entered that territory. Guys, as I say, I'm not supposed to be, well, I told myself I wasn't supposed to be running much. I went and did the 5K on Wednesday, beat my PB, but then obviously that's just a 5K. Obviously I'm trying to run the marathon. So in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. So I stepped out on yesterday, Saturday, gone for my run. And the funny thing is I actually debated whether I was gonna go or not. And then eventually I was like, you know what, yeah, let me go. I think because my YouTube algorithm, it's all just running content, fitness stuff and people training for something. Do you get what I mean? So I turned on YouTube, I ended up watching a couple videos and I was like, nah, let me get on and go for a run. Also, what didn't help was basically my headphones, my AirPods had been, like one of them, the right one had been broken for a little bit, right? So it wouldn't play anything, it didn't seem to charge either, anything. For some reason now, randomly, bear in mind, it's been like that for maybe a week. For some reason, when I went to put them on this time round, I put my right one in first, and then you know when you hear the sound to confirm it's connected to something, I said, oh, hello. So the right one's working now. I tested out music, it was working perfectly fine. Because you see me, I like being zoned out. Like I like just not being able to hear anything else when I'm like, that's if I've got something in terms of like music or something, right? So when I clocked that the right side was working, I was like, all right, cool. So I tested it out, play music, it's working, perfect. So I started the run. Then basically, guys, there's two songs that if I'm on a run and I'm listening to music and they come on, I'll just repeat for the whole entire run, right? The first one is Rod Wave 25. And the second one, these are both pretty random songs actually. But the second one, which is what came on yesterday, is Craig David Rendezvous. So that comes on now. Bro, I'm singing along as I'm running. People are probably looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what is this guy on? Why is he having so much fun running? This, that, and the other. And so I'm going. As I say, I'm singing along. And I'm holding like a pace of around, I think, 6 minutes to 6:10, I think it was, right? So I'm going and I get to 5K and I'm like, can't lie to you, I don't want the run to end. I actually don't want the run to end. So I continued and I continued and I continued. And then I kind of just got to a point where I told myself, okay, I'll keep going until I can no longer maintain a pace of, I think I said sub 6:20. Once my pace starts to creep below 6:20, I'll stop at the next kilometer, basically. And that's ultimately what happened. And also, I can't lie to you, I just felt free in that run as well, because I had my running belt on. I put my phone in the running belt, and the phone came out once at the start of the run, and that was to record. I'll probably put it on screen now, but it was just to record like what was ultimately going to be, or what ultimately has become probably, I don't know if I've posted it at this point yet. At the time of recording, I haven't posted it, but it was ultimately what is supposed to become part of a TikTok video or a TikTok video. And aside from that, the phone didn't come out of the belt once. So I just felt free and running. I was just running. Okay, it would tell me each kilometer in my ears. Strava would tell me in my ears each kilometer that I've gone, but I just felt free. So I wasn't like watching a map, trying to work out my route, etc. I was just running. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, as I say, once I got to a point where I kind of told myself, once I get to a point where I'm creeping below 620 pace, then I'll stop. Basically, that came out in between 11 and 12 kilometers. And then, yeah, once I hit 12 kilometers and it was like last kilometer, 6 minutes and something, I was like, cool, done. Let me end this run there. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was an interesting one. Very, very interesting one. I need to get back to just taking it easy now and just realizing that, guys, I'm like, it's not every day I need to do a madness. Do you get what I mean? How does my foot feel? It feels fine. Okay, not fine. I mean, again, I can still feel the niggle, but it definitely doesn't feel anywhere near as bad as it did, let's say after the 15K that I did that time, right? Or yeah, kind of like after those runs, do you get what I mean? I don't wake up with the stiffness in my foot as much. Well, I don't anymore at all, to be honest. Um, and yeah, I mean, my foot doesn't really require the warm up that it did when I did those runs in week 9, the week after Miami. Yeah, week 9. So yeah, generally speaking, all good. So I can't complain there. So yeah, guys, that's been this week. Sunday today, I've not done anything. So I think next week I'm gonna do it all. Okay, when I say do it all, I just mean I'll go for maybe 2 runs, an easy run, and then I'll do a long run on Sunday. So like I'll do maybe like an easy. I'll actually do an easy 5K on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then a long run on Sunday. But then I'll also keep supplementing that training with swimming and cycling. Because again, I mean, this week I quite enjoyed, especially swimming. I quite enjoyed kind of already seeing that progress that I described earlier. So yeah, I want to continue that, and I'm sure I'll see progress with the cycling as well. So yeah, that's that. Guys, as always, I'm running the marathon to raise money for charity. The Sickle Cell Society is my charity of choice. I'll leave a link down in the description where you will be able to donate. Please do. Any amount is very much welcomed and very much appreciated. But I'm going to leave it there for now. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.